falling out. Hey, I'm Alina Camilla.
Hi, I'm Michael Tamale, and we are the Chimbugwe's.
Yeah.
I play Wesley Chimbugwe Jr. in the film Falling Out.
I play Ruth Chimukwe in the film Falling Out. I was going to say Ruth Chimukwe Jr. I thought I took it with the junior name.
No. Anyway, we are going to ask ourselves just a few questions, just to test.
Test?
Never mind.
Test?
Never mind. In our lovely film, enjoys lovely film Falling Out.
I think his name is right here.
His name is over. If you like, yeah.
Yeah, you'll see.
In Falling Out, what was the most challenging scene for you, and how did you approach it?
The most challenging scene. Wait, when I say how the whole thing happened, am I spoiling?
It's up to you.
Well, a little bit of spoiling when there was any bird. Anyway, it was the scene when Wesley was running away from Ruth, and Ruth was shooting at him. And she was shouting all these words while shooting. Now, I have to say, I prepared for this scene. And Wesley was shooting his scene where he had to fall over so many things. Anyway, I won't say that because it's not my scene, but. So while preparing at what I was in the right emotional state, I started getting a very bad headache. You know that thing when you're in so much pain and tears can't even come out? I was so done. And I had to do the same. I remember the DOP looking at me and I told him, Vieri, I have a headache right now. Can we please just do this? But I don't know. I don't know how it looks like because it's not what I imagined I would do it like. But I mean, I did it. I had to create other choices within me to do that. I hope when I watch it, I'll be happy with it. But yeah, it was the most challenging scene, shouting while shooting. Like, guys, how do you shout while shooting? Do you guys shoot? Well, but how do you shout while shooting?
Do you?
Do you? While shooting, angry shouting, not just like, no. Anyway, Michael, what was the most challenging scene and how did you approach it?
The most challenging scene for me, I think I mentioned this already in a previous interview. It was about still related to the shooting scene. It's like what happened after she shoots because I'm running away from her and I have to go fall over a couple of stairs. Now it may be very in the film. It will probably look like chill, like easy, because filmmakers make things easy. But yeah,
in post.
The next day I was like, oh. I built into film. Yeah. So it was challenging, and I think it was also like the most exciting for me because I'd never done away from like theater, not dancing and all those things. I'd never done stunts, so that was a stunt. So for me, it was challenging, but also the most exciting. Falling down the stairs, rolling. I didn't. Yeah.
Can I say something about that? So when Michael was going to shoot that, the director told him to do the easier thing. And Michael comes to me. I remember I was preparing for the scene that I said was challenging me. And Michael was like, I want to do it like this. And I was like, Michael, be kind to yourself. You will break. And I was like, no. Michael is always going for extra. I was like, no. And the following day, he was telling me how I think I broke something. I'm having a lot of pain here. And I just looked at him. I was like, what?
I didn't break anything. I was just some discomfort. It was fine.
Anyway, Michael, what was your preparation like getting into this role?
First of all, let's say we came from She Loves Me, so it was July, August, and we filmed in September, right?
No, we filmed in August.
August?
Yeah. The last week of August.
Oh, yeah, okay. Darn. Schedules. my preparation going into this role, honestly, it was the basics. Reading a script. Isn't the job reading a script? Yeah, so I read my script. I broke down the emotional bits, what's happening in each scene, where does each scene go, all that business. And then, thing we learned at ENZ about the animal work. I picked an animal for my character. Don't worry about which animal it is, but yeah. And so I used that to inform how he reacted in like specific situations. I'll give you a hint. It's a kind of dog, but
Yeah, I feel like by the end of this, you're going to just say the animal. I just feel it.
it's a kind of dog.
Yeah, but
It's a breed. um, yeah, that was that. I think that was it. Breaking down my script, understanding the arc, so the story, understanding the character, where each scene is going, where the whole story is going, and my animal work, because that has never failed me.
yeah.
Yeah. What was your preparation going into the role?
I will start with just like you, animal work, and I used animal work because as just from doing She Loves Me, I didn't want to bring Ilona into this, so I had to get an animal mostly different from the animal I used with Ilona. And then I read that script. I didn't read for Ruth. I was just reading the script, just read this story. And I think that's why every time I read it, I was like, what? Because it felt different every time. And I had to build chemistry with you. I know people are like, what? No, for real. We like, yeah, we know each other. We are friends. But yes, I had to build chemistry so that our marriage is believable. And the table read helped us a lot. We were trying different things. There was a time we were reading a certain line. It says no, and at a certain point we were all going, because for us in our minds it felt like slow motion. And we nicely talked to the director, and his no, I think it wasn't put there, but we're all like. So yeah, I read a lot of the script. I had to break it down. I was asking the director what he thought about things. I was asking my co-actor questions, and I feel like even up to now, I'm still, I'm still in the preparation because I'm like, this woman. And we did a lot of background work for our roles. There's a time we were fighting about whose family was richer during the table read, and we all agreed that it was mine. Okay.
Um, um, okay. Anyway.
It's Ruth's family. That's why you're being married into it.
Okay. Yeah. Everything she has said. Yeah, everything she has said. That's how we did it. And also we happened to have met, and we knew each other before the film, to be fair. When did we meet? We met in 21.
21, I
Right?
think. Yeah.
Yeah. And so from that time, 21.
21.
20, I think. 21.
We met long ago. Before most of you were born.
Yeah. And we've been lucky to be in projects together and to be around each other a lot. So we know each other. So it wasn't hard to build chemistry with Camilla.
It wasn't. I'm grateful.
Yeah. Anyway, was there a scene that hit you harder emotionally than expected?
The challenging scene. Right after that scene, there is another scene when Ruth is like, I guess if no one is gonna die, let me die. And I didn't think it would be like that, but I had done the work, but while I was seated in the role and actually shooting it, and I thought about it, I was thinking about this lady and everything. And at that point, I felt broken a little bit. yes, I did feel broken and all. So yeah, I think that's the scene before.
Yeah, no.
What? Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry, no.
I don't want to say anything else because then I'll also be spoiling. So let's leave it there. Yeah. A scene that hit me harder emotionally was the very last scene. I think it's like it was quiet. It was a very quiet scene, but it was such a heavy scene because, like, I think for both characters, there's like a resignation. You've all just resigned to. You've accepted. You've accepted your your fate, and it's just so.
Then she's saying, I'm not going to say anything so that I don't spoil, and you're like, let me just say anything.
I said about the other point, not this.
Okay.
And
So it's the same. Okay.
yeah, yeah. So that hits me. Let me not go further.
That was a really beautiful scene.
It was.
Even while we were shooting it, it was really beautiful. I am, and there are some lines he delivered, and I was like, man, this guy is such an
I beg. Thank you.
Okay, if your character had a theme song, what would it be?
Camilla.
What?
If my character had a theme song, wow. I don't know. What would yours be?
Why? Please.
I don't know. What would yours be?
I would say like because I think this movie is about tradition, and I think because Ruth is just doing what the tradition that has moved on in her family, I'll go for tradition. Like people, if you don't know tradition, tradition is a song in a musical theater and movie called Fiddler on the Rooftop. It's a beautiful song and tradition. Anyway, I think I think it would kind of like a certain part would be a theme song for my character.
For your character. Oh, and I think when you explain it like that, Joy says you should sing it.
We'll sing it together. First time as you saw.
Joyce, when you explain it like that, I think I also have an idea for a song. It's called Break Free.
Mm-hmm.
There are two versions, but they both work actually for the message, because the songs about people wanting to break out of spaces that are confined or whatever. And for this moment, I feel like that song would be an accurate depiction of where Wesley is at. So yeah. Looking back, has working on falling out impacted or changed you in any way?
Anyway, I have to say,
You have to say,
I think working on falling out changed me, and I don't know if it's a change. But I know that the synergy that was on that set really impacted. Like everyone was for everyone. Everyone had one goal, and we were all like not trying to get to the goal in different ways. It was just one path, and it was such a beautiful thing to see that even other people that joined us while we were on set, they just fell in. It was like they have been there and they were just there for a few hours or what. The crew was amazing. Everyone was really helpful. Of course, even the fun times were extremely fun. I don't remember most of the things because I was sleepy. But yeah, it was.
so you're saying that you're inspired by the healthy working conditions.
It was-
the one said.
It was a really healthy.
Thanks to director,
Producer,
line producer, and line producer over there.
The line producer, man, guys. Do I get a chance to tell me what was the most challenging thing on this set? Yes, when they ask me that question, I'll tell you, because line producer, what did you do? The thing was, there was food all the time, guys. It was a major problem. Eating all the time on set. All the time. That lady would call you out, be like, please come and drink porridge, come and take it just randomly. Have you eaten food? Eat food. There is more food. Go and get food. Eat this snack. Guy, I don't know, but that was a constant food.
And she called it a problem. The line producer gave you food. Did she say, no, you chose?
I chose to eat. Thank my yes. Thank you so much, line producer, making sure that we have something to eat all the time.
Yeah. How has working and falling out impacted or changed me in any way? Yeah, there's that point. The working conditions on set were amazing. I think I got inspired going forward to look. How do I say it? Because going forward to seek those kind of conditions. Okay, a place where, because mentally and artistically, I was able to perform, create easily because everything else that was around me was working. So I've experienced that, and going forward, I want that to be the experience for myself. As of course, it's not always the same thing, but at least there's a standard that I want, and there's goals that I want to be achieved. And yeah, how else has working on falling out impacted me? Well, if we're talking socially, I knew Camilla, of course, but I know Camilla more. That's it. As a married couple,
Yeah,
I do.
we've been through love.
Oh, Jesus. Plus everybody else I got to meet, because if I'm being honest, aside from our amazing line producer, Madam Erin too, I hadn't met anybody else on set. So
Really?
no,
Wow.
I haven't. So I was like, oh, there's more
And then
people
you had
to
met the DOP.
VR. Oh Jesus, yeah. I mean, I met VR. I met Fury as well. But aside from online producer and DOP, it was an opportunity to meet a lot more people in the industry, because I was always lamenting about how I don't know people. I mean, I know some people, but like I also don't know people enough at the same time compared to Camilla, because Camilla knows the whole industry. So this was an opportunity to get to network.
I didn't know. I actually didn't know that about me.
Are you sure? Because I have receipts. So that was also nice.
Oh.
I was impacted by falling out.